morning. It's Joe from Plastic Addictions Anonymous. All right, we'll be waiting for everybody to show up and come in and say hi. Hope everyone slept well. Hope everyone had a great Friday evening and got no trouble out there partying and hanging out. Let's see who we get to come in here for now. Just waiting on you guys. I'm gonna get building some, cutting some chain stuff, I think is what I'm gonna do. Cut some lines and some chain today, so we can have them ready for building later tomorrow. So good morning, everybody. It's Saturday morning, May 1st, 2021. April sure did go by awful fast. Let's see who we get to pop in here. Some people said I left links on Facebook, both posts. I want to give a shout out to Samuel Stokes, Paul Lovelace, Joe Fritz, Chris Bryan, all of our admin and moderators that keep an eye on us and keep us all nice and safe and make sure nobody goes against the rules and everybody has fun in our groups. Our groups are a shout out to the Facebook groups are Plastic Addictions Anonymous on Facebook and the Model Asylum on Facebook. On Plastic Addictions Anonymous, we do cars and trucks in any scale on that one, and on the Model Asylum, we do everything there. We're crazy about everything model related. We do anything, dioramas, we do sci-fi, we do any genre you can think of, tanks, military, airplanes, cars, trucks, boats. We even do figures, and you name it, we do it. I gave everybody a heads up and told them 30 minutes or less, and I'm a little early, guys, so we should start seeing people come in here soon. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and get my coffee out of the way of my instruction book, and I'm going to get my instruction book and get my instructions for the trailer out. I put everything away. I don't know if in every video I'm probably going to tell you guys this, but I put everything away because I have a kitty cat that likes playing with my parts that I leave out. So let's see. That's a Revel, so it's going to be on the back with the Revels. There we go. Now we got it. All right, instructions. All right, here we go. All right, and I thought I'd show you guys a little bit of what I do on a every other day basis minimum. I'm not going to show you guys exactly what's on these lists, but I got a book here. This is, if you see what it says Plastic Addictions Anonymous on it right here. That actually is TMA and Plastic Addictions Anonymous. But what I do is I go through our group members' names, and I try my best to pick members that haven't been tagged too often in my breakfast on the Model Asylum. So, hey, guys, at Plastic Addictions Anonymous, if you guys are not on the Model Asylum, go check them out, man. They have a whole lot of fun. If you build anything other than cars and trucks, please go check the Model Asylum out. These guys, they do some amazing work. It looks like somebody's talking to me here, as you can hear from the tap, tap, tap. Joe Fritz said good morning. Let me get back into my stuff. Here we go. All right. Hang on, guys, for 1 second. I'm going to let him know I'm live. Come on over here. We got morning. All right, I told him I'm live now. He'll show up. Maybe come in. It's Saturday. I'm not sure if he's got any things to do. That's Joe Fritz. That's one of our moderators. Joe Fritz is a super nice guy, and he does some amazing work. If you guys haven't seen his work, that you guys at least go to my page and see these guys, what these guys do. At least go to the groups and check them out. You must be a builder, collector. I mean, you can PM me and tell me you're an enthusiast and thinking about getting in, but we're not going to just let you in just because you say you want to look at things. You got to give me a reason. Well, what's interesting to you to get into this awesome hobby that so many have been doing for 30, 40, 50, 60 years. I just got back into it a couple of years ago. So I've learned so much. There's so many different things out there that did not used to be when I was a kid. I mean, really, resin. I'm sure it was out there, but as a kid, we didn't know nothing about it, or it probably wasn't even out there if I'm remembering correctly. I need to clean up my tape job. Anyway, just wait for a couple of people to get in and see if anybody's going to come in and say, "Hey, I got my phone all set up." I do have live chat on, guys, so you can say hi to me at any time. Excuse me if I seem like I'm trying to keep my voice down a little bit. My little one and my wife is still sleeping. So you see the book here that I use. This book and this one. This one is TMA, and this one is Plastic Addictions. I write all of my ideas down in these books for different breakfasts, different rooms that you. I did stuff. We do stuff like I'll name a room after one of our members and give everybody breakfast and a chance to eat in that room with them. It's all virtual, guys. It's not real. We're not taking real medications. I'm not in a cave. I'm not experimenting with medications. I'm not trying to get anybody doped up. It's all in the fun of the build, guys, in the Model Asylum. The Model Asylum is, we really do have a lot of fun in there. When everybody shows up, it's a blast. When everybody shows up and chimes in, it's a blast. We do theme of the week every day. Theme of the day every day. I do breakfast in the asylum. I try to do it at least every other day. Sometimes I get able to do it every day. So the Model Asylum gets breakfast every day. If you guys at PAA want me to start doing a breakfast or a lunch for you guys so that you guys can check it out because you're not a member of TMA, give me a PM. Let me know. And it's plasticaddictionsanonymous@gmail.com is our email address here at Plastic Addictions. Again, like, subscribe, follow, guys. The only way you're going to know that I'm live and the only way you're going to know that I posted new videos is to follow us. We're a new channel. We're a new group. We've been around less than a year. We do have 1,800 members combined from all over the world and some of the most amazing builds you will ever see, guys. I mean, they are some amazing. We have professional diorama builders. We have guys that do their own resin builds. We have guys that do their own scratch builds from styrene. Come check us out. Come check us out. If you're not one of our members in one of our groups, come check us out. We'd love to see you and love to have you if you're a builder or a collector. All you got to do is answer a few questions or PM one of our admin and let our admin know you're coming, and we'll be waiting for you at the door, so to speak. Hypothetical door, guys, by the way. It's not really a door. So I'm hoping to get some people chopped in here real soon. I do not know why Rob's not on. Rob said he would be here, so we'll see if Rob comes in. And Don's not going to get up till late. So yeah, as you see, I got all kinds of stuff written down in here. I'm not gonna leave it open too long because I got names and stuff in here. But I write everything down in these 2 books. I have one for each group. I started the groups, just so everybody knows, the Plastic Addiction Anonymous group was started about 8 months ago by myself. And then I lassoed Paul Lovelace into being an admin with me. He was a bit reluctant at first, but we have a blast. Him and I have become so good of friends, like Chris and Joe and Sam and I. We all have all become such great friends. We call each other our plastic family. We love one another to pieces, and if we can do something for each other, we will do so. That's for sure. Come hang with our family, guys, is all I can say. Again, it's Saturday morning. It's it's actually 8:58. It's approximately 9 o'clock in the morning on Saturday morning, May 1st, 2021. And today I'm going to be just on live here. I'm just going to be cutting these lines up, as you can see here. Let me get that back out of the way a little bit more so you see a little better. All right, so here are all the sizes of these hoses that they want you to cut. They want you to cut all these hoses here. There's a bunch of them here. Adding them all up, there's 96 different connections to each end of this hose. 96 times that I have to connect these little hoses to something all here. So as you see, they got you turned the trailer over. So I don't have the trailer here yet because I'm just going to do a little bit of talking, then I'll get the trailer. Just kind of wait to see who's going to come in and who's going to come hang. So let me see if maybe I got to give. Let me get my chat up. Oh, that's what it is. I don't have my messenger up, so I can't see them. Oh yeah, I can. I'm on YouTube. That's my bad. It's not your bad. It's my bad. You guys should still be able, even though I minimize this, you guys should still be able to see my desk, right? Anyway, let's see who's in and on it. Matthew says hey. Amy says hey. All right, I'll give a shout out to Joe Fritch, Amy Wright, Domingo C. Parda, Michael Mine, Robert Shrug, Shogru, Chris Bryan is typing to me as we speak. Matthew Humikowski, I hope I didn't do that wrong, Matthew. I really do. Cesar Torres, Richard Vermillion, Michael Mine. um, oh, hey, Chris, I'm doing fine, buddy. Hang on. All right, you guys will also have to excuse me. I have to either type on my phone or type on my computer to answer people, because especially if they're not on. That's not Chris. Oh, that is Chris. Oh my goodness, this looks so much different. All right, Chris, you changed your picture, brother. All right. So anyway, we're here. We're hanging. I showed everybody the decals that was on yesterday, which was only a couple of us, but I'm hoping to get more people in today. Again, I'm going to cut these hoses today, but I wanted to show everybody the decals that I chose. I found a bunch of decals Samuel Stokes sent me for rigs, and I found a bunch of marker indicators. These stickers these decals came from the kit that I'm doing, the Revell kit. I got these from Samuel Stokes. I'm gonna put these where the name of the company goes on the trailer. These are going to go back on a plate that I'm going to create for the back of the trailer. They say caution white turns. This one says private carrier. If I can get it off of here. Excuse me, I got a little bit of the shakes this morning, guys, so you got to give me a little bit of a hangout. That says private carrier, and then I just got a few yellow ones, and I have a couple of yellow ones on this that I'm going to end up putting on it. Also, I've started making the chain hoops out of the string that they tell me to use, the mowing string, guys. Sewing string. They say we should use that. What I choose to do is what I think I'm going to choose to do. If it doesn't look too bad and if it fits okay, let me get these out. And it fits okay, I'm going to. Where's my block? There it is. All right, here's my block. I made myself a little cutting block. This is actually a real cutting block that I have here at the house that I stole from my wife, and I guess she's okay with it. She's seen it, and I covered it with tape so I have a little bit of I can show things a little better. As you can see, the decals will show up a little better on the screen, if you see what I'm saying. I can actually put a part, on the table and have you guys be able to see it. So I kind of came up with little tiny things. I also have a few backboards that I am going to make so I can do more face features here, guys. If you want to see my face, let me know and I'll move the camera, guys. Otherwise, you're just going to get my hands. And yes, I was a big Ozzy fan for many years. Okay. I don't do concerts anymore. I cannot handle it. My brains would explode from my neck injury. So we don't do anything like that. I mean, we went to a thing at the Hard Rock, which was really really cool. I forget who it was. Anyway, this is what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be cutting these lines in, and I'll get the trailer, and I'll bring the trailer back over here. I'm just waiting for people to come in. No one has came in yet, and I don't understand why. Oh, I thought my thing came up. Messenger didn't come up, man. Why did Messenger come up? All right. So I guess, I was thinking that they should have got a notice directly to me, so I don't know what's going on. Let me let Rob know because I know he'll jump right in with us and come hang with us and talk with us. Anyways, today is going to be just a mellow good morning and how you guys doing today. Oop, I just hit TikTok. Didn't mean to do that. All right, Don's not going to be able to make it. He's going to check the video out later on. I need to get in here and get to Rob. Tell him I'm on. I'm on. There we go. Okay, let him know I'm on. Rob will pop in here. Anyways, I'm going to start cutting these lines out because you guys are going to get bored of hearing me talking. So I'm gonna take each one of my lines and I'm gonna go with these instructions here, the way they show it, is to line them up, I guess, and I make how many ever they say here on this number of these and these and these and these, and then it should coincide to all these because these are letters here that tell you to coincide with each one of these, coincide with a letter here. All right, so let's get to it. All right, so first of all, I am going to do, I'm just going to set this over here because I'm going to go ahead and cut right on here. I'm going to just take my line. I'm going to lay it down right at the tip, try to get it as close as I can right to the tip where they're saying. Boom, there's that end. And now I'm going to do this end up. Sounds like mom was up, or getting up anyway. I'm going to mark it with my fingernail. See how I mark that with my fingernail? Then I'm just going to take my scissors or my cutters, one of the two I'm going to use. Oh, I'll use my little scissors. Use my little scissors. I find the spot that I did, and I snip it. Here we go. All right. So it says, it doesn't tell me how many of those I needed, though. It just says A. So what does it say? Carefully cut the tubing to lengths. Use super glue to attach tubing to piston. Now push the point of a pencil. Yeah, okay, we already knew that. Okay, so I'm going to do that one. I'm going to do each one of these now. So I'm sure they'll make me cut the other one, different light lengths. Well, they'll give us another. Okay, so I marked it with my finger again. I mean, I have other line, bigger line if I have to use it. These lines look pretty good. They say that we need to use a pencil to open up these lines. So maybe I'll grab a pencil or two in a minute. I actually have something a little better that I use. What did I do with it? There it is. I use my picker. Got a little pick here that's got a point on this end, and it's got a really killer point on that end. So I use that usually to open up stuff. So I'm at number 3. So keep an eye. I'm at C. So we're going to keep. I'm going to go just a hair over, which I'm sure they give you enough to do just a hair over. If not, I have other stuff that I can cut. I'm just going to go a hair over on these from now on, just so I have a little wiggle room. So I'm on C, I'm on D. Just work your all the way down to N. And I'm going to mark it again like a quarter inch, a little further, quarter inch. And as you see, if you mark it with your fingernail or something, you can pick it right up and then just cut it off with a pair of scissors. So that's C, D, E. So now we're going to cut the length of E. Wow, that's a long one. All right, so we do E, and I'm going to go another quarter inch and mark it with my nail again. As soon as I pick it up, it shows me that it's cut. Hey, Rob, good morning, sir. How are you, sir? How you feeling today, brother? Oh, you know what it is, Rob? I'm on the Plastic Addictions Anonymous account, brother. You have it set to come from Joe Hudson. I switched out because I'm going directly through YouTube. I don't want everybody chiming in on my Joe Hudson account. So I went through I just went through the YouTube account. I sign in under Joe Hudson under Facebook, and when I signed in here the other day, I hadn't changed it to Plastic Addictions yet, brother. I just did the one video out there, and now I'm doing everything. Everything will be coming through this one. So make sure to, if you've liked and subscribed, maybe hit the subscribe button again. I don't know, to make sure that you're getting a connection directly to this live feed, because this will be all of my live feeds from now on. Will be coming through here through my Plastic Addictions account. I created on YouTube here. Actually, it's a Google. I also have an email for the account at Google. Oh, I'm messing up now. I'm on what, ABCD? Is that what it is? What I was on, guys? Yeah, the really long one. No, E. The little wrong one. So that should be E. Okay, so that's E. So we need F, which should actually looks like it's pretty much going to be the rest of this one line. So I may have to pull out my other lines. I don't know if I got anything long enough though. So here we go. We'll do that. We'll do E, and I'm going to do this one pretty close to where it's supposed to be. Anyway, I'm just cutting hoses today. Yeah. I got you. I hear you, brother. I'm hoping you're feeling better, babe. I really am. I hope you feel better every day. If you need to split, let me know, brother. Just say, hey, I got to go and I'm out of here, and let me know, brother. That's all good, babe. I ain't going nowhere. The channel ain't going nowhere. We'll be live again, I'm sure. So I seem to have, my hands are a little bit swollen today, so I seem to be having a problem. Let's see, make sure I got the right tube. F. I do not have the right tube. That's going to be the extra. So what do we got here? So one of these are going to be F. So yeah, I'm just cutting tubes out today. That's going to be E, and that means that one is probably F. And F, or did I not cut F yet? I don't think I cut F yet. Oh, yeah, F line yet. And that should be F, right? Yeah, that's okay. So that's the F1. So the trailer looks amazing, by the way, Rob. I commented on your post, brother. Also, again, we don't have anybody in here, but for everybody that's not here yet that could be coming in later or hear this or watch this later, please like, subscribe, and follow our channel. When I get 1,000 members, or I'm sorry, 1,000 subscribers, I will be able to go live from my phone. I will also be able to get sponsors for our channel, from what I understand, I think. So hopefully I get enough members, I will go live, which means if I'm in the hobby store or I'm just hanging out outside and I want to just say hey to everybody and go live with everybody, I can do that. Because I don't have to be sitting on my computer right now. I have to sit at my computer to go live. I can record stuff, you know what I mean? I can record non-live vids, but I can't go live from my phone at any time. Like if I see something that, I thought you guys might want to check out live, or, maybe a car show or something, check it out with me. Maybe we'll go to a car show together or something. You guys can tell me if you know that there's a car show. If there's a car show in my area, I'll go to it and check it out and let you guys see what's going on. I know with COVID, they're not doing as many. So, excuse me if I get quiet. I start thinking and my brain doesn't work quite as fast as it should. mm. Yeah, I saw, but it looks great, man. You're doing a great build. That's another one I want to get, is the logging trailer. I want to put it on my big black R8. I think it's a RS 85 or 65. I don't know what it is. It's my big black Mac Attack. You guys have seen it. You've seen it, Rob. Also, when I do get to be able to go on live, I'll be able to take my phone and show you guys in a video without, any problem. The kits and stuff like that, and what we got for donations in and stuff like that. Again, if you guys want to donate anything to the channel, please feel free to PM me and tell me what you got, what you want to see me do. You guys can also give me ideas of what you'd like me to do. When it comes to these live videos, is there some specific thing that you're lacking that you need to help on? Do you need help learning how to wire a engine? Do you need help figuring out how to put brake lines on? Do you want to detail something? Ask a color contrast or scheme question. You can either get answers at our Facebook groups, or you can come here and talk to us when we're live. You can also email us at Plastic Addictions Anonymous. That's one word, guys. Plastic Addictions Anonymous at Gmail. Also, again, like, subscribe, and follow, or you won't be giving notifications. Rob will have to figure out why you didn't get notifications, unless that was what I said it is. It's because I was on Joe Hudson yesterday and not Plastic Addiction's actual YouTube account. But now I am, so I'm going to be streaming straight through here, Rob. So try to see if you get notifications. What we'll do, Rob, is we'll do a test when we sign off here. I'll do a test with you, and I'll schedule a video, and I'll make like a little 2, 3, 4, 5-minute video, and I'll schedule it for a specific time, and I'll tell you what time it's supposed to come on, and you can text me and tell me whether or not you got the notification and time of that video or not. If not, I will figure out how I have to adjust it to make sure that you do get those. I want everybody to get notifications. I will also be putting links and notifications to this channel, Plastic Addictions Anonymous on YouTube, to both of my groups. The groups are Plastic Addictions Anonymous on Facebook and the Model Asylum on Facebook. Again, a shout out to Rob. Hey, Rob. Rob's here hanging with us for the day again, like he did yesterday. I will try to do at least every other day. It's the weekend. Maybe I can do Friday and Saturday. Maybe a quick 30-minute good morning to everybody on a Sunday morning when everybody's up after church. I know people go to church and go to breakfast. Again, I showed my face yesterday. You guys are going to get my hands most of the time. Okay, cool, Rob. I will be doing my best to make sure that you get that information shot out to you. Like I said, Rob, if not, I will do my best. Just keep checking Facebook, which I know you do on a regular basis. You're a heck of a family member here, and you constantly post and constantly make sure we know that you're there and that you're working on something. And we love all your builds. I'm going to give another shout out to Samuel Stokes, Paul Lovelace, Chris Bryant, and Joe Fritz. These guys are our admin and moderators. These guys take good care if you have any problems. Or these guys are also amazing model builders and collectors. If you have any questions, man, PM them guys. They can answer just about everything. They're who I go to when I have a question. I'd like to thank Chris Bryan for the airbrush he sent me. I do appreciate that highly. Samuel Stokes, I'm loving the Freightliners and the trailer. Domingo, shout out to Domingo again on every channel. I told him I'd do it for a couple of times, so I'm gonna get again shout out to Domingo for donating these 2 kits, 172 airplanes. We appreciate your donations because it gives me some content to do here on the channel without going out of my personal pocket to do the channel. Make sure the channel stays running. This channel is for you guys, so if you guys want to come hang out and build, I'll do the best I can to do what you guys want me to do, or at least try to. Also, I'm going to give a shout out to Don. Don sent these kits as a donation also to the YouTube channel. In case you guys didn't check out yesterday's video, I will be doing open box on all of these kits, these 2 kits, the airplane kits, as well as open boxes on the other things that I have. I also have the number 1 in the 6 series of the choppers, the male trikes. I have the male chopper here. My other 3 trikes are done. So I will be doing an open box on this as well. These are like doing kind of like a spot build on it. I paint the body, I paint the chassis, I get it all ready to put together. I kind of put the body together and stuff, and then I do a small, quick little, 20, 30-minute video as I assemble it. Because it's hard to assemble and focus on an assembly and talk at the same time, excuse me, but I'm learning how to do so. I need another drink of my go-go juice, excuse me, guys. All right, so got that covered. Rob, I know you've seen all this stuff, brother, but this I'll do it 1 or 2 more times, and then that'll be it. Again, for those of you who didn't check out yesterday's morning show, this is the kit we're working on. It's the newly released Ravel auto transport trailer. Excuse me. Ooh, here. I am trying to do it as close to factory box as I can. Again, that'll all depend on what I change. Which everybody that's seen any of my builds know I cannot do a box art for the life of me. So I'll be doing that. That's what we're working on today. Also in the future. So I promised you guys I would show on the video some of my stuff. So here, all right, last box opening and build we're gonna do is this one here. My wife got this for me. It was one of the kits that I wanted from Amazon. It wasn't too expensive. I think it was like $50. But it's really big. The box is heavy. It comes with all kinds of extra moving things and a ladder that folds up. They have a chute that opens and closes on this one. Hoses with an actual chrome nipple on it to hose out the chute. An extra mixer motor. On this side, it shows the engine. It's got the extra motor with the foot pegger, the wheels. These are 2-part wheels. They're plastic, just so you know. The super wide wheels, they're plastic. They're not the rubber ones like they're showing here. They put the oil on here, but they painted it black. These are rubber back here. This ladder folds up and down. The tank turns. The chute opens and closes and extends in and out. All right, so there's the future stuff. Plus, I also got this from Samuel Stokes. I got 2 of these from Samuel Stokes. You guys have seen my yeah. Oh yeah, 148 is a little tiny. Like I said, these airplanes are 172, bro. Man, I ain't never done anything that small. I haven't even done an airplane in 40 years. I think I was 15 or 16 last time I did an airplane. Maybe not. I think it was with my wife, which my girlfriend at the time, which is now my wife. I think she was around when I did the brown stealth I did for my oldest son, who's 30. So, anyways, I got another one of these coming. Okay, so give me a second to stand up here, real guys, and I'll show you what I'm going to be doing later today. Also, we're going to be doing the decals and finishing up. I just dropped all the decals and finishing up this bad boy, which I created from a kit smash that I did. I hate kit bash, the word kit bash, guys. I'm sorry. It's just me. It's not you guys. It's just me. I just don't like the word kit bash. I do kit smash. Because really that's what you're doing. You're smashing 2 different kits together. You're really not. So, but it does open on both ends. So this is a one-of-a-kind AMT white Freightliner cab over with a sleeper with a AMT 75th anniversary single drive chassis with an AMT Ford LTL 9000, I think it was, dump truck, the one with the plow from AMT. That's where this dump truck came from. Samuel Stokes sent me, let me open this one up. I'll show you what he sent me. He sent me basically stuff like this. He basically sent me this, which I've also going to seal this all up. I've already put the sealer in the back because there was no wall in the back. He didn't have a wall in the back. He didn't have a wall in the back of it, so I put a wall on. Now I need to seal this all up because I am going to be putting a headache. I'm going to be putting a headache rack in here. As you see, I've sealed it all up. I got to sand it all down and finish doing the putty and stuff. But there's another one that I'm going to be doing identical to it. It's the identical same kit. I think I'm going to be doing a dual drive with this one. Like I said yesterday, I would like to do a camper or a flatbed with it or something. You know, I got a dump truck, man, which is really cool. You know, we'll be able to pull just about anything we want. The heck, you could put your house in the back of this dump truck and I could drive it down the road. I've got a bunch of comments on it, and I know a lot of my friends and a lot of people from other groups have actually done searches, little searches, looking for this kit to see if anybody makes this kit or if anybody has ever even built something like this. And I keep getting a bunch of nope, can't find it, and nope, never seen that before. So we have a one of a kind here on our hands. So I'm going to finish that up. I got to hook the exhaust up. I've got to and put the decals on. I wanted to show you guys the decals I'm putting on it. Good morning, my doggy. My doggy just came in to say hi. Good morning. Say hi, Lou. Say hi to everybody. All right. I am now just going to open up the decals. These are the decals I chose, and a lot of these came from Sam Stokes also. Some of them didn't. Some of them did though. But I have a whole bunch of decals here I want to show you. This is basically what my idea is for this. I'm hoping it's going to look right. This is going to go on. I'm going to do these on the sides here. As you can see, they're made for a short one without a sleeper, but that's okay. I'll put something. You know, it'll actually work out pretty good with the exhaust there. So I'm going to do those or these guys. You let me know which ones you think. I think these would be pretty cool on here as well. With the colors, I think that the orange would make it just a little bit better. I like these a lot because it also has these that I can use on it. So you guys let me know whether let me know what you think. Is it going to be the dark blue or the light blue? Which one do you think will look better? You can let me know in the comments. That sounds like a good idea. Rob says I need to stretch the chassis of the next one and expand the truck to use a 122-inch sleeper. Yeah, maybe I will. Well, I can do that because stop, baby, stop, look at me. Jeez, good boy. All right, and I have these also that I think I'm going to put on the deck of the bed, or I'm sorry, the sides of the bed. Anyways, I got to finish this up too. I didn't finish this side of it. I got to put everything on this side of it. So I got to put the handrails on both of it. I also have to hook up the exhaust stacks to it still. But I wanted to get the trailer some done so I could get a move on it. So I also have, like I said, I also have these little stickers or decals rather. I have Freightliner decals that I found that I'm going to put on the front. I think I haven't even figured out the color scheme for the next Freightliner yet, so I'll figure that out. I'm not quite so sure what I'm going to do with it. Once I figure out whether it's going to be a flatbed or a box truck or just a fifth wheel truck, just a tractor, I will choose the color at that point. That will also have to coincide. If it's a tractor, I'm going to have to coincide it to where it fits on any of my trailers that I have. I also thought about putting a dump trailer on the back of this pickup truck and take some pictures of it, see what it looks like putting my triaxle MPC on it and seeing how that goes. Anyways, that's what I'm kind of in the background waiting to do. Also, the secondary Freightliner that'll be doing it too. The dark blue ones, you think, huh, Rob? I like the dark blue also myself, brother. I really do. It actually makes the cab pop a little bit. It kind of shows the extension of how long the cab really is. Now there's a double sleeper on this. The cab itself is here. There's the main sleeper right there that came molded to the cab, which is here. And then I added one here. So I had an actual 1-inch cab or sleeper in here, which closed the gap, which I was having problems closing between the main Freightliner cab and the actual bed hangover for the roof. So I was having all kinds of problems getting everything to line up and stuff. But as soon as I put that secondary sleeper on it, everything just kind of fell into place. It was like, okay, that was what it was supposed to be done with. So that's that. This is Robin's Egg Blue, and this is Hot Red Pepper is the thing. So yeah, I agree with you there. Excuse me, Rob. I think you're right. I think I am going to go with the dark blue ones. They definitely will make it pop a little bit more. They also, as you see, to go around the front, I don't know if you can see it on my, yeah, there you go. Around the front, they have the silver stripe that goes like right across the front, right up to, as you can see, it's going to go something similar to this. This will be these will be up here or down there, either one, whichever way I choose to do it. But we'll have the silver stripe up front and the dark blue, or the silver stripe. I think it's the silver stripe down the side, and the dark blue starts it out, is what it does. I don't know. I don't know what kit these came off of. I know it came off of a Freightliner kit, and I know it was an Atari, so it says Freightliner right there on the kit. That's why I took it. So I know it came off of a Freightliner. What Freightliner, I don't know. Maybe Sam has a picture of it or something. He can shoot me later. I also found a bunch of these little decal markers that I'm going to cut off here, and I'm going to use on the trailer. So, you know, as soon as I put a different decal on a build, it takes it completely off of box top. So I try to get it as close to box top looking on the outside as I can, and do as many things as I can underneath, under the hood, inside the cab, on the chassis as I can to make it me. Because like I said the other day, we all put a little bit of our body, blood, soul, and tears into our builds. You know, it either pisses you off or it makes you feel happy. One of the two. That's really the only way it goes. I'm trying to put this away. Sorry, guys. Hang tight. It's a long reach. Ouch. Okay. All right. I'm back. Anyway, so that's what's up and coming. What's going on? I'm going to be doing the decals probably on the trailer today to give my hands a little bit of a break. It'll be a little easier than once I get some of these hoses on. My hands are probably going to be hurting pretty bad. Oh, by the way, I found this little rubber things that come off of shoes. They like hold the shoes together, these little rubber bands that they put the shoes together with to hold them up. Man, that thing would be really cool, Rob. Just so you know, I thought about you for your logging truck, bro. Find a set of this and use it for your logging truck. They'd make a killer log strap. If you look at it, literally, you could put, extra heavy logs on your trailer and strap them down and have plenty of tightness so you can move it around and not have to worry about it. And it would look pretty dang good. Let me see if I can find a piece of, here we go. Here's an idea. Look, it would really work good, I think, as a strap. Because I know they don't come with straps. At least I don't think your kit did. I'm pretty sure it didn't. So if you put anything on it, of course, everybody and anybody's responsible for whatever's on their load, so they have to strap it down. Oh, let's not put that there. I'll think that's a hose. All right, so let's put this off to the side. So that came off of a shoelace, off of a set of brand new shoes. All right, somebody's hitting me up here. Hang tight, guys. Oh, Lindell saying good morning. Good morning, Lindell. Let me see if I can say him real good. I'm live. I'm just talking to one of the members that said good morning to me. He just got up. I'm going to tell him I'm live and find the link on the Facebook. There we go. All right. So anyways, all right. So we got Rob. Oh, by the way, Rob, Caesar's not coming in. He's going camping. He talked to his wife and I guess he's out of there. He showed me he's literally loading up his camping gear as we speak right now, and he is hitting the road, which is great. The guy's a truck driver. He deserves he truck drives 6 days a week, so he deserves a break just to go hang out and do nothing and look at the stars. Again, Caesar, shout out to you. Thank you, brother, for being the one that actually keeps us all in food. Laugh out loud, guys. Rob, looks like it's me and you again. I got frustrated yesterday with the chains because of this little stupid string that they want me to use. But I got one tied to the end of it. But it frustrated me because my hands were shaking too bad I couldn't, and my eyes aren't good enough. So I chose to do, where did it go? I had it out. I have a straightened out, it's got to be here somewhere. Anyways, I'll get another one. I have a straightened out paper clip that I'm going to make C brackets with. Basically, or C hoops with, basically like a chain that you put around your neck. I'm just going to take these little doohickeys here, and it's nice and stiff. I'm going to remove the plastic coating on it, and hopefully it'll slip right through these chains. I got the shakes bad this morning. All right, so let me see if it'll slip through the end of this chain. And I can't see it. I got to get my plate here. Oh, cool. Well, there you go. There's an idea for you to have some straps there, brother. See? See, it does fit. See, that's what I'm going to do. What do you think, Rob? Make just basically a little C-clip here, and that's what I'll connect to the trailer, as opposed to trying to use that little tiny piece of string, which you can barely even see on the camera. There, it's on my finger. I think this would be a good idea for anybody that builds this kit, to just make little tiny C channels. Matter of fact, maybe I'll do that here. And we cut part of the lines. I'm ready to do the undercarriage, but I'm not quite ready to flip the trailer over yet this morning to do it. So I think I will start my C-clamp building. I'm only going to spend about another 20-30 minutes, guys, and then I'm going to be out of here. I'll try to pop back on later on today. Mama just got up, so I want to go say good morning to her. And my doggy came over and licked my elbows and made me get a chill, so my elbows are cold now, dog. He's my furry little, he's our furry little, okay, excuse me, let me rephrase that. He's our furry big set of teeth and hair. Where did he go, Mom? Is he behind? Oh, no. Anyway, he usually comes over and lays right here behind me. That's why I didn't want to move my chair. So let me clean up a minute. Oh, there's my seat. There's my paper clip that I already had opened up. You see, Rob, I told you, man, I have a problem waking up first thing. That's why I don't try to get on first thing in the mornings, because nothing seems to work right. Not my brains, not my hands, not my eyes, nada. I have to take my meds and make sure that I'm awake before I try to do any building. Otherwise, things go south real quick. But I'm here. I told everybody, I sent everybody a link on Facebook. So if people don't show up, it's just because they choose not to, or because, they choose not to sign into their YouTube account and let everybody know what, let us in the group know what I don't know what their reasoning is. I'm just, guessing at this point. But I put a link at both groups, the Facebook groups, Plastic Addictions Anonymous, and the Facebook group, the Model Asylum. I put links to this video and this group, this channel right here, right through my Plastic Addictions YouTube. So I'm hoping that sooner or later, when people wake up, I know it's early Sunday morning or Saturday morning, it's 9:30. People should be up and moving. Maybe they're shopping, or maybe they're out there running around to their arrows. They'll look at it later. But just so you know, I think our last video, Rob, our video from yesterday, I think got like 47 views, bro, when I woke up this morning, or something like that. 47 in one night, dude. Just views. So, and we have, what did it say, 37 subscribers now or something? I have to go look at that. We have one like, it shows 3 people here, Rob. It shows me, you, and I don't know why it shows 3. There you go. Yep. I do have some old necklaces and stuff, and a little box that I have parts in also as well. I use this to hold all of my little hoses and stuff, and hose connections and stuff that I use, and all my springs for rigs. This is what I have. As you can see, I've created a little box for just about everything. You just saw my other boxes. But see, I got other chains. I got big ball chains. I got springs that I use. I've done stuff up with. I even have some solder in here. Solder is a really great looking metal when you put it on an engine. And then, like I said, I got all kinds of little pieces of tubes cut in here, and I got some longer ones. I got big chains, little chains, ball chains. See what I'm saying? So, yep, I do the same thing. And these are all my airlines that I put on my rigs. I pre-make some of those. I got black, red, blue, yellow, green. I also have just some steel ones for the open lines and stuff on, excuse me, underneath chassis and stuff. So I also have some springs in here that I use for things that I cut little springs out of. If I need to use a door or something, I will. Also, I don't know about you, Rod, but I have what I call a little tiny parts box. Just little tiny parts that probably will never be seen again on another kit because they're sitting in a box over here to my right, not sitting right in front of me. But I keep everything from when I tear something down. If I build it back up and something's not right, or I change something, I put all the extra parts in here so I can do things. So I have all kinds of extra parts. Also, I got a bunch of extra parts in kits. You know how it goes. You buy a kit, it's got, don't put this on it. My Aerochief fire truck came with a crap load of different styrene sizes and shapes that didn't go with it, which was pretty cool because it also had a whole bunch of nozzles. So if you wanted to change off the positions of certain mechanisms or certain lines, you could do that. So, yep, that looks like a good idea to me, Rob. I think it's going to work fine. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut these down and try to make a couple of loops. So I think I only need a little one, but I need to get the trailer over. So excuse me for 1 second here, Rob. Let me jump up and grab the trailer. I moved just so people didn't get confused with yesterday's, because it takes a when I jump in here for on the YouTube application that I use instead of using the OBS, it takes a snapshot of me like 10 seconds before I jump onto YouTube. So I kind of cleaned everything up, and I guess I should have put my face out there, but nah, you guys don't need to see my ugly mug. All right, so this is the Revel re-released auto transport trailer. It was released April 1st, 2021. My buddy Samuel Stokes bought himself two, bought me one and bought him one and shipped me one, and I do appreciate that. Thank you much, buddy. A shout out to you. Again, I'm going to give another shout out to Paul Lovelace, Joe Fritz, Chris Bryan, and Samuel Stokes. You guys are awesome guys. Love you all, family. Hope you guys can come chime in on one of these vids. Paul's probably not even awake yet. He's probably sleeping. I know he got notifications, so. All right, so anyway, we're going to be doing the rings on these. I'm going to go ahead and pull one off. I think I should be able to pull one off without a problem, without breaking anything open. So I'm going to go ahead and pull. There we go. Okay, yep, I got one off. Okay, so I got one of these off. So I took off the front just to show it. Here, yesterday, you guys saw me put these in. These are the little pins that these chains are supposed to wrap around, and you're supposed to tie with a piece of string. Well, guess what, guys? I am not tying that sucker with a piece of string. I am going to use my own little tiny metal hook, and I'm going to save chain that way too, because I'm not going to have to wrap it all the way around, because it's just going to go to the end of it onto the hoop. Hang on, give me a second here, guys. I'm going to focus, not break this dang trailer trying to get this peg back in. There we go. All right. So go back in. There we go. Okay, snap. Also, just a heads up for everybody that's never built a Revel kit. If you've never built a Revel kit, go build a Revel kit, man. It's clean, very little flash. Instructions are well maintained. Although I will say, flipping this kit over 3 or 4 times during the build is stupidity. Just so you know, guys. If you're smart, you'll go through the instructions, find out when they want you to flip it over, get things done prior to putting the sides on and the secondary rack on. That's what I would recommend. Find anything to do with the chassis and do it before you flip it back over, because it is a real pain in the butt when these things start flapping around while you're trying to flip it over. That's a way to break parts. Also, there's moving parts in the back end here. I drilled the holes out and put my own pin in. But again, imagine trying to, stop all these things from doing just that. See that? See how it does that? And then you're going to break these. And that's insane to me. So, I'm just this side. A buddy of mine I was talking to the other day told me that I needed to write Revel or send Revel an email and let Revel know my opinion on their flipping the kit over. And I'm not quite so sure I'm willing to do that. But in true fact, he said they may send you a kit and represent them and see how you like that kit, whatever. So I was like, yeah, okay. So I don't think I'm going to email or text Revel in any way, shape, or form. Although I will say I did when I got my Aerochief off of, what was that, baby? eBay. I think it was eBay we got it off of, or whatever. When I got it, it had no instructions and no decals. I found the instructions online, and my wife printed them for me, and I have those here, so if anybody needs those. I also have, I think, 60 or 70 different instruction kits, I think, or instruction manuals. I think if anybody needs the one, let me know, and I'll try my best to find it. If I don't have it, I'm sure somebody out there on our group does. Like I said, we have probably like 1,850 members total combined in both groups from all over the world. Guys, like, subscribe, and follow. Just come check us out if you like what you see here today and you just want to come hang with us, or you're just a builder or just thinking about getting into models. Like, subscribe, and follow these videos in this channel. We will be doing a lot of box opens and a lot of small build videos. Yesterday I spent, I don't know, what was it, Rob, an hour and 40 minutes or something? No, we did 2 videos yesterday, Rob and I think. Rob and I did an hour and 11-minute one and a 42-minute one. Also, Caesar popped in on the hour and 11-minute one. I got a bunch of texts during the video, and everybody let me know that they were, going to check everything out. Oop, I just hit the keyboard. No, I don't do tanks, Rob. Man, I'd love to do some tanks, but I don't do tanks, bro. any instructions for tanks. No, I know you do tanks. I don't do tanks. Although someone who does a lot of tanks would be Chris Bryan and Alex Drake, Rob, just so you know. Alex Drake is a big tank guy, so he may have some. I don't have any plain. I got these two plain ones here too. I don't have any plain ones. I don't have any boat ones. Eventually, I'm gonna, probably build one of, just about everything. I'd like to get into dioramas too, but I don't know when I will be doing that. But eventually, here on this channel, you guys will find me doing some dioramas and find out. You guys will be able to see my first diorama ever. Uh-oh, I got another knot. Okay, there it is. Okay, so anyways, all right, so I'm going to move the kit to the side so I can make some of these pins. I don't know why I put that back in, Rob. I need to take it back out. Okay, so I'm just going to keep this one here. Oh, you know what? I don't need to. I kept one off. Ah, see? I'm not quite awake even now. Been on for what? 45 minutes? Hour? And I ain't even ready yet to start building. My hands are still shaking. All right. Let's get this back into place. There we go. Okay, she's all better. I didn't break anybody. So now I'm just going to put this back over here. Oh, I didn't put my locking mechanism in there. So I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but I did drill out every hole. Every hole got drilled out in here for each and one of these stands. So now I'm trying to get my pin back in here. I got to wait. Oh, there it is right there. So now I drilled it out bigger. It was small. I didn't like their little tiny pin. I showed everybody the other day, but this is their little tiny pin. And they expect you to be able to not break that while, showing people or moving it around and taking pictures of it or displaying it in different ways. That little tiny thing is their consideration of a pin. I mean, come on. I mean, the dowel I use is twice the size of it to begin with, and it's just a small little dowel piece of styrene that I cut. I cut two of them. Yeah, I'm going to put the chain on those, and I'm going to drill a little hole in it and put the chain through that on a hoop too. Okay, so I don't need this really to make the chains. So now, let me put this over here. All right, so now we're going to, for this one, I'm going to try to get and build these clips. So let me get the little arm that I saved. What did I do with it? I threw it in my little cuppy here. All right. Nope, it's not there. It's got to be up here then. I know I saved it. I just saw it. All right. So that's exactly what's going to happen. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to do. Now, also on the instructions here, I think the instruction before they gave you the length of the chains that you're supposed to use. Yeah, right here. It says, tie both ends of chain with household thread as shown. Thread not included. Duh. I'm going to assume, and you see they made these little plates. They got these little plates here. I made ones because I didn't like how small theirs was. I made two for the back end of my unit. They are in here. You and I discussed about that the other day, Rob, about my little parts container here that I have all my little tiny parts in. I also have to flip it over and put two of these 48s. I think that's what these are. These are 48s. It's either this one, because there's the air valves that go on it. Is that better? Yeah, there's the air valves that go on it. I don't know if you can see it or not. There it is. Okay, here, this will let you see it better. The little air valves. These are the levers on top. This one has 3 levers and 3 tips on the bottom where lines go, and this one has 2 levers and 2 tips on the bottom where this one goes. I'm pretty sure this is number 45. One of these are number 45. Let me get my magnifying glass. Don't laugh, Rob. Magnifying glass is out. That's 48, and it says the bottom of these are 48. So 2 of these go to the bottom. So 2 of these 4-way. So that's the next thing I'll end up doing after I do these chains. I'm just going to make it easily for myself and go ahead and cut these out right now and put them in my little to go on next box. This has got where all my tools are and stuff like that. I should put these 2 things in there too so I don't lose them. This and my little, because the other pins in here. Put these in here. Get them out of here. Oh, there's what I was looking for. There it is. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these all down because I don't want to keep moving them around. Rob, I talked to somebody and they told me that if you have a video camera and I can send you the studio link, which I don't know where it's at, I'll have to find it, but you are supposed to be able to chime in here with me live as long as you have the access code, which is somewhere here in live YouTube where I'm at. And you'll show up in a little box down in the corner, or I'll show up in a little box on your screen and you'll show up in a little box on my screen, but we'll still have our full screen to us. So I will work on that. Hopefully before the end of the week, I'll have that covered and understand, know what that is, because I'd like Paul Lovelace to get in here and do this stuff too, as well as Chris Bryan. I'd like to do like little morning shows and talk to everybody. This is really weird, guys. So be very careful. They have one pin that's connected to the sprue that shows where you cut it. These two here on every one that are close to this sprue do not have a little nipple. So you got to cut it right up against the sprue or you're going to break it off. So right up against the sprue is where you got to cut it. So I'm going to do it here. So you go right up against the sprue. And I try to hold stuff down when I cut it so that it doesn't pop out, because I have a habit of it going pop and running away from me. So yeah, whenever you pull, oops, see, there it went. At least it went right in the cup. All right, so, oh, dang it. All right, so this is what they look like when they're off the sprue. And you have to clean each and every one of these little nipples up. You guys see that? Each and every one. Let me get my pointer. There you go, guys. My yellow tip pointer. Here we go. All right, each one of these little points right here, get a hose. So there's 96 total points that you connect to, adding these valve lines, adding these 5 valve lines as well. It doesn't look like it's going to be a very easy job. So this is going to be something you're really going to have to focus on, because if you break any of these little tips off, you may not be able to get your hose to stay on properly, even with super glue, just because it's not going to look right with the one tube or the other that's not inside of a tube. Because they also tell you to, like it said, stretch it with a pencil, but I'm going to stretch it with my my little metal awl that I have that I used for mechanics a long time ago to poke holes in dashboards and stuff to put stuff in. Or start drilling out. All right, so see, I cut a little bit of the sprue off of that one. See, now I got to clean that up. Now these have a little bit of flash on them. There's not a lot of flash on them, but there is a little bit. So you guys may want to take a little bit of a nail file and just carefully, guys, carefully sand down a little bit of these pins. Each one of these pins has a little bit of flash on them. Excuse me. Another drink of coffee there. Yeah, well, believe me, dude. The morning when I wake up, and you saw my beard yesterday morning when I wake up and I don't brush my beard or brush my hair, I look like Doc from Back to the Future. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut all these little things, because these are what I'm gonna be doing next. Before I put any more real parts on. By the way, Rob, I did find the bracket piece that I was missing the other day. It was actually in this little container. I should have looked there first. So I already put it in there. It's just a bracket that holds the eye bolt that goes down onto the tractor fifth wheel connection. It's just an extra square piece that kind of gives it a little bit more strength. So I'm glad I found that. I would have made one. It's just a piece of square with a hole in it. So like I said, just be real careful not to go right next to it. Even if you got to trim it up later or get the styrene off the edge of it, the sprue off the edge of it, I'd rather you do that than break any of these little tips. So I actually use my magnifying glass first to see. All right, now I got to see if there's any difference. Oops, looks like I messed that one up. Yep, see? Didn't even notice it. Pop. That's probably the one that popped on me. Okay, because everything else came out nice. That's the only one that popped on me. Man, that blows me. All right, so let's see. Are they both 48s? Or there's a different, now that I popped them off. 48. Yep, they're both 48. Okay, so everything on the sprue was 48. All 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. All 12 of them. They were all number 48. So it doesn't really matter which one you use under the underneath or on the top side. It doesn't matter. So what I'm going to end up doing is, because it shows me doing this now, and see what I mean? You're laying everything on. If you can see on this instruction, I don't know if you can. Let's get the lighting a little different here. On this instruction, it shows you flipped over, standing on your top rail. See it? You're standing on your top rail on your sides, man. All it takes is a little bit of pressure, and you're going to pop those sides. All right, so we got all those cut. I'm not going to clean them yet until I want to put them on. So I'm going to go ahead and just slide them right down into here on my little cup, because this is all that I have left to put on this rig. I'm sorry, on this trailer. I did find my third dowel, or my last dowel, excuse me, not my third, my last one that goes on the trailer for the chain tie down. So I'm going to be able to kind of judge how to make my hoops here. All right, so now we did all that. I got all that done, all that boring crap, moving stuff around and making sure I don't break anything. All right, so there. So there's my other ramps up there. Just get the hoses out of the way. I cut all of those. Those are ready to do the bottom, which is the very next instruction on this sheet. It's number 11. So I've already cut all most of these. I cut a bunch of these out. So now I got to put them in with these two, and that's what I'm doing here. Is putting the two four-ways underneath the trailer so they have a place to connect. So what I'm going to do is the one that I broke, I'm probably going to hide underneath the trailer. Again, you know, things happen. That's why they call it building, because building is not always perfect. When you go to cut something or you go to make something, accidents happen, things happen. So you end up making your own parts. This is really small. So the way I'm going to do this, I think, I'm going to get my handy dandy side cutters out. I got some that I used to cut the metal rods for the axles for the wheels on all the trailers and tractors. I noticed that the metal rods don't cut very well with X-Acto knives. So, all right, so we're going to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to figure out something to mark it with. You know what I got? I got my Sharpie. Let me grab a Sharpie here real quick. And I'm going to use the Sharpie when I'm done as well, this black Sharpie as well, to color the metal rod that I'm using black. So I'm just going to kind of because I see kind of where it wants to go. If you look here at the tip, do you guys see that? I don't know how well you guys can see that. How about if I put a magnifying glass over it? You guys see that? Hey, there you go, guys. Is that better? All right, so this little round part is what goes in on the side of the rack. So I've taken my paper clip and I've stretched it out and removed all the plastic off of it. I removed all the plastic off it, and I'm going to cut, just enough of a tip, just enough to use my needle nose pliers here. I recommend you also get these and a pair of side cutters before you start doing this, or a pair of wire cutters will do the same thing, or a pair of dikes, whatever you choose to use. Wait, is that better? There we go. Okay, so I'm trying to get that so you guys can see it. So I'm going to make a little mark, just a little tiny mark, just outside of the big part of the, as you can see, just outside of the widest part section, because I'm going to be circling that in. So I don't know if you can see. Okay, yeah, you can see the mark that I made. So basically, I made a mark that's just makes the piece of metal just wider, just a bit wider than the actual outside of the bracket that I'm going to cut and put it around. Before you cut it, make sure that it's exactly what you want. Again, excuse my magnifying glass use, guys, but I really don't have a choice here. Okay, so that should be perfect, exactly what I want. So now I'm going to take my side cutters, and to prevent it from jumping and popping anywhere, the way I do this, I go straight on it, and I cover these holes with my hand, and then I just kind of go around. Cover the holes with my hand and go around. Now, eventually, I can just, now that it's got a cut, I made a little cut in it, right in there. I'm just going to take my pliers, and I'm going to put it right down to the fattest point to where it gets right to the piece of the marking where I got it. I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah, there you go. So I put my, right to the marking that I made on it. I squeeze real hard, and I just take my thumbnail, push, and bend. Okay, got that? See, it made a perfect angle. So now I just take my thing and put it right back in there, and I go the other way. Okay? And until I go back and forth, holding it in the same position so that it breaks right at that link spot that I made. There it goes. Okay, so there. All right, so now, see? That's very small now. That's really small. But it's just a bit wider, as you can see. Wait, I'm trying to get the light off your faces, guys. You know what? I'm done with that part. So let's do this. Put this back. Excuse my light. Sorry, guys. All right, so what do we got here? Let's see. You gonna be able to see it now? Okay, so there. That is exactly what it looks like. Just that little pin right there in the middle. So now what I have to do is I have to get my other pair of needle nose, which are a little bigger. You're gonna have to have really good tight points on them, guys. So then I'm gonna take my one end, and then I'm going to take it and put it into my other pair of pliers. Now, the way I'm going to do this is I'm just going to take my pliers side by side, and I'm going to bend it a little bit, and then I'm going to squeeze really hard on the pin that I'm trying to bend, and I'm just going to use my pliers to bend it over around the tip of the other set of pliers. There, like that. See that? Now, when I pull it off, I drop it off, it should have a bend in it. Nope, doesn't have a bend in it. I must have just pushed it in. So hang tight. Got to get this bend going. Push it really tight. Bend it over. See if I can bend this little tiny thing over. A little bit at a time. A little bit at a time. All right, that should do it. Okay, so now you see a little bend in it. So just keep bending it until you get it around. It doesn't have to be perfect because, like I said, it's going to go on the chain, and the chain's going to kind of hide any type of imperfections. All right, so now got that. I'm just going to take my pliers and I'm going to try to put my fingers over it so it doesn't shoot out. See, like it just did. Shot that out of my way. So now I take the end and I take it and put it in the tip instead of the side of it so that I can get more bite on it. And I'm going to make my hoop. Now it'd probably be better just to cut one of my other hoops off of one of my other. Now that I'm thinking about it, what do you think? I got a big enough one. I think if I have a big enough chain over here in this box, I might choose to do that. But anyways, this is basically how you do it if you don't have chain available to you. I think I just bent it more. Yep. All right, so let me check something out here. Where's my box here? All right, so let's see what I got for chain in here. I think I have a big enough one I should be able to cut down and use the links out of. Let's see, what's that one? Oh, look, there's a good size one. There's a good size chain I can use, right? Is that going to go around if I cut it open? No. Let's see what else I got in here. Oh, I got a bigger one here. Oh, yeah, that's much better. Oh, excuse me, guys. Coffee burps in the morning, man. All right, so I'm going to try something here. I'm going to try to straighten this out a little bit. See if I can get it to open up. If I can get it to open up, I'll probably just use these. Oh, it just opened up. So I'm going to be able to use these instead. So I don't have to sit there and bark that. So, guys, I recommend you find a little bit larger of a necklace or whatever you use. Because there's the hoop right there. Oops. Well, it was right there anyways. Now I don't know where it went. Okay, there. And if I do this right, Mama just went outside. Anyway, if I do this right, I should be able to drop this right down on top of this. Oh, I had it. Hang on, guys. All right, so I'm putting the little pivot or little pin around the, oh, there it goes, see? All right, so let's do this real quick. I am going to try to get this into here now. I'm not quite so sure it's not going to be too thick, but I'm going to try. So straighten this out, put it in the end, and then I'll see what I can do about, excuse me, making it. See if I can do that. Let's get it in my pliers. Got the little opening out, and I'm going to take my chain. I'm going to leave my chain dangling a little bit. I need to get my light. I really need to get myself a light with a dang. Almost said a bad word. Get my name, get my thing. And it's too big. That doesn't appear it's going to work. It looks like it's too big. But I bet you $1, I can do something like a clamp on it, not have to worry about it. So let's do that. Let's see if I can do that. Let's lay this in here. Yes, I'm struggling here with my shakes. As you can see, my hands do a bit of a shake day every day. Yeah, we go to yeah, they do. They break off really easy. You got to be careful. I broke the half one off, so I should still be okay. So, but here I got the idea that this is not going to go in there, so I'm going to have to go back to my original idea of I'm just going to make it a little longer, and I'm just going to play with it until I get it right. So hang tight. I'm just going to go ahead and cut myself a big piece off here. Okay, so I cut a big piece off now. So in order for me to handle it, I guess I'm going to have to go with the big pieces. So first thing I'm going to do is get it through here. Oops. Let me try that again. First thing I'm going to do is get it through here. I don't know why my hands are shaking is what it is. I'm going to take about a 15-minute break here soon, Rob. I gotta go take my muscle relaxer, but that makes me kind of groggy and sleepy, so I don't really want to, but I have to. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep shaking and keep hurting for the day, and I don't want to do that. All right, so I'm trying to get this little, gosh dang it, chain, which I'm really having problems getting today. For some reason, my fingers are swollen. Anyway, all right, so here we go. So I got my little pin, and I got my little chain, and I'm gonna stick my pin right through the end, very end one of this chain, like that. And what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go ahead and bend it around so that it doesn't fall off, kind of like that. Okay, see how I did that? So that's a good idea, actually, I had earlier to do that rather than try to mess with the other chain. All right, so I'm going to push it. Whoops. Oh, come on. Oh, came off anyway. I got to get it back around, man. Got to get it back around, man. See, my fingers just let stuff go. Okay, so anyways, basically a J-hook is what I've made out of this. If Caesar were here, he'd know that. He'd know exactly what I meant. Rob, I'm sure you already know what a J-hook is. It's what they used in the old days to hook up underneath your car to tell your car to hook up to your rear axle. It's a J-hook, or a Johnny hook is what I used to call it. Those were the old days before they had straps and stuff they could just back up to your car with and pick it up by the wheels and drive away with it. We used to have to drag stuff out of parking spots. I don't know if they still drag stuff out of parking spots or not. Although I did see a video the other day where a cop was pretty pissed about somebody parking somewhere or something on a video, and he called. I guess they called the tow truck company. The tow truck driver said the only way I can get it out of there is to drag it out of there. It's 4-wheel drive and it's locked, which was pretty interesting. That you would take a all-wheel drive Land Rover or Range Rover rather, and you would drag it, knowing very well that it's 4-wheel drive, and you are going to damage the rear end of that car or the front end of that drive, one way or another. He's going to find out about it later. Man, I just shot that little thing out everywhere. I don't know where it went, Rob. It's going to be one of those days, brother. It's going to be one of those days. All right, I'm going to stand up. Yeah, see, my cat knocked that off last night. It was on the table bench. All right, so now I got to find it. Where did it go? Hopefully it went right here on my mat. Rob, I'm taking 5 minutes. I'll be back in 5-10 minutes. I'll go say good morning to my wife. Build away, brother. All I'm going to do is when I come back in, I'm probably going to end up looking for that piece because I can't find it. Oh, man, I hate it when that happens. No, that kid didn't even leave the counter. All right, I'll be back in less than 5, Rob. Hang out, brother. I'll be right back. I'm still live, just so you know. I'm still live. I'm only going to be a few more minutes, and then I'm going to take a break, and I'll go back live later on. But I want to go have a cigarette. Oh, guess I missed you. I'm going to go out for a minute anyways. Yeah, give me 2 minutes, Rob. I'll be back. Let me go get my dog. Oh. All right, I'm back. Let me finish this one hook, and then I'm going to sign off for now, Rob, and then I'm going to come back later on. Right now, I got to find that pin I dropped. It's got to be right here somewhere. It can't be that far. Oh, I found it. There it is. Hope it didn't go in the dog can. Look at that. Check all that before you. Hey, Rob, I'm here, man. I'm just looking for that piece that I got, bro. Or should I say that popped away from me? Damn thing. All right. So, in that case, I'm going to go ahead and pull the ramp off here real quick, and I'll put one chain on it real quick just to get it going. All right. All right. There we go. All right. So, here we go. I just went ahead and pulled that off so I could just go ahead and do it with this. All right. So, get this one hook finished and go say good morning to the wife and hang out with the wife for a little while. So what I'm going to do is, now that I made it like a little J hook, I'm just going to make sure that the chain is straight. I'm going to go to these pins and I'm going to take it and I'm going to hook it underneath like so. Oops. Yeah, as long as I don't drop it. No, I don't have a little magnet, actually. But that is a good idea. You're right. I got a mechanic's finger I'm going to go get now that you mentioned it. But I'm going to hook it like right to, you can see it. Can you see it? Okay, I'm going to hook it right to the bottom piece and kind of dangle it off of it. And I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to kind of try to hold it, the chain tight enough to hold it into place, which it didn't. And I'm going to take my other pair of pliers and try to wrap it around is what I'm going to end up doing. And that's the way I'm going to hook these up, all of these up. I'm not using the string. This is exactly what I'm going to do to each and every one of these. So you guys come back later on today and I'll be doing some more of these and we can hang out and chat some more. Hopefully this works right now for what I'm trying to do. And I need to make it, looks like I need to make it a little bit more bent just so it holds around so I can get to it. So let me go ahead and do that. So I'm going to bend this hook a little bit more so I can get my needle nose and cut it off before I put it on. So I'm going to bend it a little bit more with my finger just around the tip of the needle nose. Come on. My hands aren't letting me do what I want them to do. Okay, so there. So now I have it basically in a full U position. So if I do this correctly, I should be able to hold on to the end of the J hook. I know, I talk while I build, guys. Sorry. You just have to, that's why I do live stuff, guys, so you guys get the idea of what happens, when it comes to doing models. Stuff happens. You end up having to manufacture something. So if anybody notices this, I'll be very surprised when it comes to the build and it's being done. Okay, so now it's a little tighter around it, which is what I wanted. So I'm going to make sure the chain is being held off to the side, and I'm going to pop this around it best I can. Looks like I may have made it a little bit too closed. Try to get it to pop right down on there without breaking it off. There we go. Okay, so now it popped on there. So now I'm going to turn it that way. I'm going to put my needle nose in there and push it a little bit more down on there. And then I'm just going to cut it off. Oop. I did pop the pin off. I knew that was going to happen. All right. So now that that's on there, let me go ahead and pull the pin off now that I've done that. Now I'll be able to see it a little better. Okay, so there. So now you can see, that's what I was trying to do with the other pin, but I guess this one wanted to be the showstopper for this morning. Anyways, so one of the pins are in my pliers, as you see, the little pin here that are on the sides. I just took the hook and put it around it, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to close it, just with the needle nose, just enough to keep it closed to where it does not come off when I move it around. Is that going to be enough? Let's see. Nope, I need a little bit more, so I'm going to push it up a little bit more. There we go. Now it's on there good and strong, and it's still got enough room at the bottom. Try to close it off the rest of the way. All right, a little bit at a time. It's slowly but surely closing around it. Get my needle nose in the right position. It should close right away, and then I can cut it off. And I'll be ready to do the next one. This is the tricky parts of doing some of these builds, guys. Coming up with some of the stuff that I come up with on how to do little things. I also am going to do a video on how I do open door hinges and stuff like that. I've kind of came up with using household items. If you have kids, and Capri Sun straws work really good. Straws and paper clips. All right, so now that I know that that's on there, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to drop a spot of super glue on there after I cut it off, just to hold it into place. and prevent the chain from coming off. So I'm going to make sure it's all the way up on there, just like that. There we go. And when I'm done, the chain will not come off, and I'll be able to hook it back to the rack. All right, so as far as I'm concerned, that's pretty good. So I'm going to try to cut it off nicely right there, just as close as I can get it. So I'm going to cut it like that. And again, I'm going to go around again so that it's easy to pop off. Squeeze it again. One more time around should do it. And I should be able to just close it. There we go. All right, that takes care of that. Do I have it in right? Yep, it's all in right. It's all in where it's supposed to go. All right, so now, if I'm lucky, I should be able to take my cutters or my needle nose and just bend back and forth a little bit and have it, the rest of it pop off. Okay, there we go. All right, so now I'm just going to take my needle nose and I'm going to close it off best I can. And then I'll use some super glue to seal it and seal the deal. But that's exactly how I planned on doing it in the first place. Yesterday when I explained that I was going to make the hoops. That's how I was going to make the hoops. Now I'm going to put it down here so I can see it better. Just push it down over the pin. And I'm going to get each one of the little front tips. Hold it down with my finger and just get both of the front tips and just kind of wiggle, wiggle, wiggle them around until they close. Just like that. So now that should be able to be glued right back into place once I get it all rounded, which is just taking my needle nose and pushing down on either side of the pin, not breaking the pin back off. There we go. Now, close it a little bit more. Where's my other pliers? There they are. Okay, so I need the bigger, stronger pliers here for this. So I'm going to hold it in place with my fingernail, and then I'm going to take my pliers and I'm going to try to close it off a little bit more. Just a little bit enough to know it's safe there. Okay, so now that should not come off at all. But I am going to touch it with some super glue to ensure it. And then I'm going to put it right back on the rack after I do the second one. So I'll do this one next, and then I'll put this back on, and I'll move on to the next one. And that's about it. I'm going to put some on the outsides on these here also, because I don't know of anybody who changed just from the inside or something, but I'm going to chain inside and outside. There's going to be a way for me to hook the chain inside and outside, and I'll show you how to do that. And make a little pin, drill a little hole, and it'll be a pin hook. All right, so that should take care of that. As you can see, it's on there. This is going to be on this side, so I'm just going to kind of lay the chain down on here and kind of eyeball it. I'm not doing perfect. If I have to, I'll use a different chain on the bottom if I cut too much or something, but this has to be kind of eyeballed where it's going to be, because it's going to be like right there. And I want to be able to have enough on there to where it looks like I can actually go over the chains or over the tire bottom. So I'm going to kind of make a little bit of a hoop out of it, so to speak, a little bit of a bend in it so it gives a little bit more. And then I will take my very fine needle nose pliers and I will grab it right where I want it. If I can, shaking again. Man, if I can, grab it right there. All right, so now that's all the chain that I'm going to need for this one. So I'm just going to take my cutters and I'm just going to pop the end of it. Just like that. Boom. Just like that. Okay, maybe not just like that. I know. Okay, you know what? Get my trusty dusty scissors that I use for everything. Find the spot that I bent up with the teeth. So where's it at? Where's the spot that I broke? All right, so again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the spot that I squeezed, which it appears to be. I'm going to make sure I got it right. So we're going to put this around here like that for a little bit. Make a little, again, you guys are watching this, right? Here, let me bring it up here where you guys can see better. All right, so I know I keep saying you guys, Rob, and you're the only one in here at the moment, but I'm talking to those who are watching it later. I know you know that already, but I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you either. All right, Bob, I'll talk to you later on, man. Be safe. I'll yell at you. I'll jump back on later on today. For those of you who missed out, I don't know exactly what time I'm going to be on, but I'll be on later on sometime this afternoon or this evening doing some more of this chain work, I'm sure. Okay, so now that's going to be good enough for me. I'm going to go maybe a 1/4 inch more, and I'm going to cut it with my trusty scissors. that I know will cut it with ease. There we go. All right, so there's that one. So now I'm going to take a little spot of super glue, and I'm going to put it right where it was after I sand it down a little bit so that it's nice and level again. So I'm just going to use my emery board and kind of smooth it out a little bit. That's perfect. Get my super glue tube out that I like to use, which is this one right here. It's really, really loose, and it really does a good job. So I just take it and put a dot, maybe. Just a dot. There. Okay, so there's a dot. Now, I'm going to take my needle nose, and I'm going to grab just the tip, just the end, the big round part of the pin that I got the chain on. I'm going to make sure that the chain is where it needs to go. I'm going to bend it a little bit more because I can see that it's not quite exactly where I wanted it. So I need to bend it a little bit more. All right, so now you can't really see the chain link that I put around it unless you look really close. So if you're getting that close to my models, I might get a little upset. So, but for all reference, this is exactly what you should do to keep these from popping off, or super glue them if that's what you choose to do right directly to it. But I choose to make a little pin so it moves around a little bit. All right, so now I got the little thing, the little dab of glue there. I'm going to take my needle nose. I'm going to get it where I can make sure that the pin is out and the chain is down. I want the chain down. Actually, no, I do not. I want the chain. Yeah, I want the chain down. Duh. Okay. And now that the super glue might have set up for a couple of seconds, this should drop right into place and hold into place. So here we go. Let's see how we did. Put this right down on top of the super glue. Give it a little bit of a push for some pressure. Give it a little bit of pressure. Okay, and now I got to let it sit until the super glue hardens. And there's your first chain, guys. Exactly what I recommend you do and how I recommend you do it. All right. Again, all you need is a pair of scissors or cutters, a couple of pair of needle nose pliers, a regular everyday paper clip with the plastic strip. I'm trying to get the paper clip, pick the paper clip up. Little paper clip. I use the smaller diameter ones, little paper clips. I take all the plastic off of them, and I cut little pieces, as you see, like here. Cut little pieces, and I make rings out of them to go around the shaft of the anchor. Oop. Let's try that again. It didn't want to stay for some reason. I don't know why. But it should stay without a problem. Should have stayed without a problem because I did it exactly like I was supposed to. There we go. Whoops. All right, so we're going to do this again. Hang tight. So, glue your fins together, Joe. All right, so we're going to drop this right into place, just like that. Stand the pin up. Oops. I'll get my pliers and stand the pin up. And once the pin sets up and it's done, it should stay on there permanently. And you have yourself a nice tire chain for your car. I decided to leave them chrome as opposed to darken them up. Joe Fritz gave me an idea on how to do it. I can use a black wash on them to make them look black and greasy, or I can just take all the chrome of them off, or I can go buy some, actually, for that matter, that is already darkened. I don't know why this thing is not setting up. This super glue sometimes isn't the greatest in the world, but once it sets up, it's amazing. Come on. My hands are shaking a bit too much for this, guys, today. All right, so now I got it sitting back up there finally. I'm going to leave it. Oops. I'm going to leave it alone. Once I get it into place, I'm just going to leave it alone, let it sit up for an hour, and we should be good to go. I'm really getting tired of this chain messing with me. Let's try that again. All right. Now, there we go. My shakes is the hardest part of this job, babe. I'll tell you that right now, guys. Makes doing these things so hard. So also, just so you know, those kits, the Corvette and the Camaro, are both level 2 kits. They are molded in color. I am changing the Camaro color probably to a Galaxy blue color change paint. That's what my wife says she'd like to see on it, so I think that's what I'm going to do. So that's it, guys. I got it in place. A little bit of pressure just to hold it in, a little bit of pressure. Tap it down a little bit just so the glue comes around it. Once this super glue hardens up, I'll be able to do the other side. So I'm just going to leave this sitting here for now, so that it doesn't get glued on anything else. Oh, man. As soon as I moved it, it fell off, man. I got to be doing something wrong with the super glue. It should be right on. There it is. There it is. All right. I'm going to leave this just like that so that it stays put. All right, so this is going to sit just like this for now so that it stays put. I'm just going to use my magnifying glass for now to hold it. All right, guys, I'm off. I'm signing out. I'll be back on later on today. Rob, thanks for hanging out with me. A shout out to Samuel Stokes and DangerCloseDioramics.com. Go check this guy out. He's got some amazing he's got some amazing resin builds that he does. Give him a shout out. Tell him he was sent to him by us. Again, that's DangerCloseDioramics.com. And Chris Bryan. Also a shout out to Paul Lovelace, Samuel Stokes, Joe Fritz. Everybody, hope everybody has an amazing weekend, and I will be back on later. Okay, I'm off.